This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, good morning. All of you. So we are going to start a new topic, SR methodology. So this is basically implementation project. Like how to do the implementation part. So this is for fresher also they should understand these all things. Like though for freshers this is not necessary, but they should have some idea how the implementation actually takes place. There are so many methodologies followed by different companies like Agile, Agile methodology is there, and even most of the companies they are following SR methodology. Okay, so what is this exactly? So here, let me make it quick. Yeah. So here, see, SAP stand for Accelerated SAP Implementation. Accelerated SAP methodology. Okay, means to go through the SAP implementation process efficiently. Accelerated SAP methodology is proven repeatable and successful approach to implement SAP solution across industries and customer environments. Accelerated SAP provides content, tools, and expertise from thousands of successful implementations. Okay? So, based Accelerated SAP implementation methodology, there is a timeline which includes five parts. So we should know what are the five steps. In Accelerated SAP methodology, what are the five steps? So if you ask about they basically they ask like this. Which type of methodology your company followed for implementation. Like that they may ask in interview. That is for the again for the experienced person, not for a fresher like Akshay and Madhurika, because anyhow they have completed last year, this year, degree pass out. So not for them, but for experienced person, they definitely ask this. So which company, your company followed what methodology? Some people they say agile methodology, some they say accelerated. So again, you need to tell the five steps. First is project implementation. So what is this? So this is the project preparation. In the first phase, project preparation, it will begin building up a core project team to go through the whole implementation project. In this stage, the objective should be providing initial planning and preparation for the project. Okay? The activities in this level are developing core team training plan, defining change management strategy, and plan that identify key change management activities and support tasks by SR phase. Okay, like this. In addition, the core team will design communication strategy and door बंद करो, door बंद करो. Yeah. Okay. So here, this is project preparation. So how the project preparation will be going in the first phase, this we should know. Okay, so in addition, the core team will design communication strategy and plan, which will include goals and objective, principles, stakeholders, approach, themes, messages, channel, communication vehicle, as well as measures of success. Designing implementation communication plan, which will include what to communicate to whom, by whom, through what, and at what time will be done in this level. The core team will design project measurement strategy and plan which will support project management in the development of a project measurement scorecard. At the same time, to develop project logo and project initiation, which is to design a project brand and logo that coordinate the project kickoff. Okay, kickoff is an activity that will be done in this phase too. So they will ask regarding kickoff. What is kickoff? So kickoff comes in first phase. Okay. The project team may start to order initial hardware. Okay, what are the hardware required for SAP implementation? Okay, this all will be initiated in first phase. Okay, what kind of hardware to be used? The key deliverables are providing high-level profile plan and organizing the project team. All the things happen in this method and in this period are about preparation. Okay, this is the first phase. Okay, and second phase is business blueprint. Okay, what is BBP? Always I used to say, no? BBP, BBP. This is what business blueprint is the second phase. Basically, you can prepare the business blueprint either in Excel or Word or PPT. It's your wish. It's not a hard and fast rule to prepare only in Excel. Okay, so as you like. Most of the companies they go with Excel and also PowerPoint they use. Music. Okay. So business blueprint the second phase. What business blueprint the project team will provide formula which is about the detail of the implementation project. Okay, the object goal is to achieve a common understanding of how the company intends to run SAP to support their business. As is study means studying the business process of the client. As is and to be, that comes in business blueprint. Okay, the business process of the client. The SAP consultant goes to the client place and gets this document. Okay, once the as is document, that's why what will happen, in implementation projects, some of the people employee will be in on site. Let's say, for example, IBM company, they got an implementation project of, let's say, Harley Davidson. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Already Harley Davidson implementation has done earlier. So let's say, for example, I'm saying, so what let's say IBM company, right? IBM company will send some of the employees to the client location. That is called on-site to get the BVP because they will interact with the customers, client directly. Offsite means it will be difficult, so on-site, going on-site, it will be very easy for them to understand. Like, for example, as a MM consultant, we should know like what is our job, right? We understood. We know what we do, we hope we got all the points, in MM, what activities we do, like we we know how to create materials, material type, ROH, FERT, HAVA, trading routes. We are aware of how to create a PO, purchase order, and plant, storage location. So what will happen is, plant, as I told you, is a manufacturing unit, right? So let's say Harley Davidson, how many manufacturing units are there? So on-site people, they go to that location. Manufacturing is nothing but a plant. Okay, so they go to each and every plant and they will see. Okay, this is the plant for here. Okay, so maybe let's say, in US they have a plant. Okay, so they suppose, let's say, in Chicago they have two plants. Okay, and again in Texas they have 10 plants. So they will go and see the plants. Okay, so they will as is, and whatever they have real, that is as is and to be. Okay, that will be taking place in business booking. Okay, so how many plants are there and how many purchase organizations are there, and company codes, how many company codes to be created. Let's say, for example, Harley Davidson, right now they are only into bike, right? Not apart from bike, they are not doing any other business. Like Harley Davidson car is not there, right? So suppose, for example, if the Harley Davidson car was also there, then you need to create two company codes, right? But again, that is taken care by the FICO consultant. That is not our job. I'm just giving a clue, a glance, an example. Like, how many company codes in one umbrella, how many businesses they are doing, Harley Davidson. So, like, companies only. In real time, company and company code is prepared by FICO consultant, right? But as I mean, we are concerned about the MM activity, like P procurement cycle, P2P cycle. So whatever doubts they have, they will interact with the client and they will get all the data placed in one paper. That is nothing but business blueprint. They make and everything agreement, and then once it is blueprint is presented to the client, they will also see, okay, this is perfect. If any changes are there, they will do the changes, and then sign will be there from the client as well as from the consultant who is going to do this activity. Let's say, for example, plans, how many plans are there and how many storage locations are there, purchase organization and purchasing group. Let's say that the business blueprint is created by consultant, and project manager sign will be there and the consultant sign and the client sign. That will be covered here in business blueprint. Okay. So to be, as is and to be. So as it is, how the business is there as it is to be implemented in SAP. To be, that is called as is to be. Okay. The SAP consultant goes to the client base and gets the document. Okay, get the document. Once the as is document is ready, the consultant, based on the client's requirement, prepares the to be document, which means how the business of the client must be. Okay, this whole process takes place in the second phase. Okay, of SAP, which is the blueprint phase. The result is the blueprint. a detailed documentation, okay, of the result gather requirement workshop. The project team should provide business blueprint, okay. Obviously, the client should provide all the information, right? Because mm, the employees are in their place itself, right? The consultants are on site. They came there to see how actually as is the business and to be implemented in SAP as is to be. So sometimes the interviewer may ask as is to be in which space. So don't get confused. Say that directly. That is second phase, right? BVP, business blueprint. But don't always tell that project preparation, which is in first phase as is to be. So these things you need to understand. Okay. Yeah. The project team should provide business blueprint, workshop, and prototype. In this level, the project team should have implement and modify communication plan, which is based in internal feedback. Okay. The team should develop a role strategy, establishing the process by which role profile will be developed, validated and tracked, and establishing the process by which end user will be matched to roles. In addition, the team should conduct a training needs analysis to assess training needs by functional area. Okay, uh, by organization operating unit, by ERM functionalities. The team will develop an end user training strategy to correspond with other project activities such as design, documentation development. The learning solution strategy will address building, delivering the learning solution. At the same time, the project team can design a super user strategy outlining which includes super user role and responsibility, selection criteria and training requirements. So you need to understand power user and super user. So basically what will happen, you know, we will select in this second phase, we'll also select the client, who is the power user or called as super user. I mean, you need to understand this terminology. What is this power user or super user? Let's say, for example, we are MM consultant. So we are most concerned about the purchasing activity, purchasing department. We are most involving into the purchasing data, purchasing business. We go to the purchasing team and we'll interact with the client. Who is the purchasing manager? So let's say the purchasing manager working in Harley Davidson for 20 years. He's having all the pros and cons of the business. Okay, each and everything he understand, but he is not aware of SAP. Let's say, okay, he used to have other software. He worked in other ERP software, but not in SAP. But he's having good process knowledge. So we will what we'll do is will also take one or two super user in the purchasing department and we'll train them. We'll train them. Let's say for example, what kind of training? Like as I told you, every month and posting period not possible. The error will come in real time, right? As we have seen. I'm audible, all of you, because you people are not saying anything. So, yeah, Rupesh, Yusuf, I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Madhulika, yeah, yeah, okay. So, what I meant to say is like, power user. As we have seen, whenever we create a GR, MyGo, so we used to get some error posting period not possible, right? Because as I told you, it is month-end activity, and so this July will go after this is today is 28, right? We still have 3 days time. So August, let's say August 1st, so if whoever is passing the GR MyGo, what will happen? He will get the error, right? Posting period only possible. So what we do, we go to MMPVT code, right? We go to MMPV and we try to resolve the issue, right? But what we do, we catch the core and power user and we'll train them. Why means because this is a silly kind of ticket. So if you get this every month posting period error, even the more tickets you get, the more the company will charge, right? The consulting company will charge. So what we do is frequently tickets, whatever is occurring every month, we give that role, the access to the power super user, and we say that this kind of issue will be there. So don't raise the ticket. Instead of raising a ticket, we will show you directly how to resolve it. Okay, because the purchasing manager, okay, let's say purchasing manager is John. So we train John how to resolve that issue. Like what is the issue? Posting period means MMPV, right? We know it. So we'll train the user, like go to MMPV and select the company code. Let's say Harley, okay. I'm just giving example HAR, okay, HARL. Okay, hardly, right? HARA. So he'll go here and he will. We need to tell them, select the company code and give the always what date we should give. Tell me, Yusuf. Yusuf, are you there? Madhulika, Rupesh, tell me. Do we give the opening date or closing date here? We have seen many times, right? So only 3 days are left for this July to complete. August, let's say you are doing this activity in August. So what you will do? Do you give here 31.08.2026 or something else? Yeah, tell me. Don't be blank. I want answers from you. Yeah, Madhulika, Rupesh, Yusuf. Arey, I have shown you many times. Why are people are keeping blank? I'm not understanding. Posting period not possible. We get a lot of time, right? Every month I used to say that this is the real time activity and you will get the ticket. How to solve it also I have shown you. Tell
Starting
me.
date will be taken.
Huh?
Starting date
Opening
only
date
we
or
need to give.
closing date?
Opening date
Starting
we
date,
need to give.
exactly. Rupesh, right? Rupesh, yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
always you need to give the starting date 01 dot, let's say 08
MMP.
or 2026 and execute. That's it. But what will happen is we are in this business group in second phase. What we are doing is we are training the super and power user because they are the senior people. They know the business person call. So we catch these people and we'll train them. And this MMPV T code is not given to everyone, right? Suppose in purchasing department, some juniors are there. So for juniors, what kind of T codes will be getting like MM01, right, to create the material, MM02, MM03. So the MM consultant will also provide the T code transaction codes. So which kind of T codes are there, in the product in the purchasing activity, like material master MM01, MM02, MM03, and all the T codes we will collect this T codes, and we will give this T code. Who will provide the access in real time? Anyone? Any idea? T code access. Tell me, Yusuf. Is this our job or other consultant job, other module consultant job? As I told you, SAP has more than 70 modules, right? SAP ABAP, SAP Basis, WM, PP, QM, right? So who will provide the access? Tell me. Yeah, Rupesh, any idea? Like T codes, right? MMT codes, MM01, MM02, MM03, and per purchase order, right? ME21N, create the purchase order, ME22N, ME23N, okay? And list of PO, ME2N, right? A purchase requisition, ME51N, create, ME52N, edit, ME53N, display, purchase requisition, ME5, ME5A, list of purchase requisition, right? GR, MIGO, MIGO, IR, MIRO. So these T codes, MM consultant will know. And this T codes, MM consultant will provide to whom? To give the access to so and so people in the company Harley Davidson. Any idea? Yeah, Madhulika, Rupesh, Yusuf. No? Yeah, tell me. If no, it's okay. I'll tell you. Yeah, I'm audible. I'm audible, right? Tell me soon. Don't take that much of time. If you have the idea, tell me yes. And tell me the consultant also, who will provide the access, T code access. Which module consultant? Tell me यार अरे इतना टाइम लगा रहे दोनों. Madhulika, are you there? Or you people are sleeping? Tell me यार. अरे फिर मैं डंडा लेके नहीं बैठा यार. लकड़ी लेके नहीं बैठा, नहीं बोले तो मारने के लिए, right? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
So the basis consultant will provide the T code access. Understand? So we need to provide the T codes to
Why
basis.
the people?
Understand? We need to provide the T code access, stating that these are the purchasing people. They are using our MM. They are working in purchasing department, and they need these T codes. Okay, so basically junior people in the purchasing department, we provide this T code. But for power user and super user, what is the T code? Month-end activity, as I told you, right? MMPV, right? So we provide this, let's say, Madhulika is a power user working in. Yeah, you can mute yourself. Some disturbance is there.
Actually, it's not
Yeah,
working. That's why I'm
you
not
just
responding.
okay. You can mute yourself. So power user, let's say Madhulika is there. She is working in Harley Davidson for 20 years. She know all the business process, cons, pros and cons. Okay. So we will catch this Madhulika and we'll say, apart from MM01, MM02, MM03, and whatever purchasing transactions are there, also provide MMPV access. MMPV, that is month-end activity, right? So MMPV access will be provided only for the power user, super user, let's say, okay? So that all will be covered in business blueprint, okay? So the learning solution strategy will address building, delivering the learning solutions. At the same time, the project team can design a super user, power user strategy outlining, which includes super users, roles and responsibility. As I told who is going to do what. Like the junior people in purchasing department, who will create the PO, purchase order. Let's say we are meeting personally because on-site implementation is obviously some 3 4 consultants will be there on site and offsite also. They will view this data and offsite, let's say in Hyderabad, IBM or Wipro, we are working. They will get the data from on-site consultant. They will prepare the BBP and they will submit to us, and we will do it offsite, on-site and offsite. Okay. So who will go and business roles, user roles and responsibilities? This is taken care by basis consultant again, which is a who is a technical guy. So which roles and access, T-code access to be given for which user, that is all covered, okay, in this second phase. Selection criteria and training, we are giving the training to the users. That also comes here, okay. The key deliverables in this part are the business process definition, flow diagram, what are used as input into configuration during realization phase, and price. What is this price? Form, report, interface, conversion, and enhancement. Control list. So now RICE R W WRICE RICE. Okay. So this we should know. Form, report, interface, which kind of interface you are using, and conversion and enhancement. As I told you, enhancement is whatever SAP is providing, that is the standard, right? Apart from SAP, if the client is saying no, I want this, which is not there in SAP, then that is called as enhancement. Okay. Well, let's say for example in vendor, we don't have vendor vehicle number, right? Let's go to SK02. So let's say here company code. Let's say okay. So let's say the client is saying, I need vendor vehicle number. Here, this is somewhat free space. So he needs the vendor vehicle number in the vendor master, which is not there in standard ASIC, right? But it's not there because we are not seeing that vendor vehicle number here, right? But the client requirement is I also need the vendor vehicle number in vendor master. That is called enhancement. So who will do that enhancement? The programmer, right? The programmer is developer. So we need to catch the vapor stating that in vendor master the client required, vendor vehicle number one another make another field here. Another field here, vendor vehicle number. So he will do the coding, decoding, he will see whether that is feasible and it is having space. Okay, so here it is somewhat space. He will first see vendor vehicle number it is big like 20 character, then obviously it is not possible to fit here. He will see accordingly. He will set, as per his knowledge. Okay, he will set. That is called enhancement activity. Okay, whatever which is not there in SAP, we are bringing whatever standard SAP has given. That is okay. But apart from standard, if something is you need to want a new field or any new thing, that is called enhancement. That everything covers in RISE-UP, WRICEF. So let me show you what is that RISE-UP. Right now, RISE-UP is there. So you should know these all terminologies. Okay. So what is this RISE-UP? I'll just put here RISE-UP in SAP. Okay. So here see workflow. W. Workflow, reports, interfaces, conversion, enhancement, and forms. This is called RISE-UP. Just go through it. We have a lot of this thing. Like what is workflow, automate business process flows, task routing and approvals. Okay, manage approval for a purchase order. That is workflow. Report interfaces. Okay, just go through it. Okay, you'll understand. Okay, so here this is covered. Okay, so gap analysis. If any gap is there, that we need to fill in second phase. Okay, which is called business blueprint. Gap analysis is the study of the differences between two different information systems or applications, like existing system or legacy system. Okay, with client and new in SAP, often for the purpose of determining how to get from one state to a new state. A gap is sometimes spoken of as the space between where we are and where we want to be. Gap analysis is undertaken as a means of bridging that space. Actual gap analysis is time consuming and it plays vital role in the business in the blueprint stage. The gaps can differ from company to company. Most commonly, however, missing functionality is industry specific. Example I've given, on gap analysis, like in customer master data, the client requirement needs legacy customer number, which can be solved using again created by the ABAP. Okay, in sales order, this is a customer master created by the SD people. In sales order, we need customer, right? And in purchase order, we need the in purchasing we need the purchase order, right? Phone number. We can use user exist if client wants new field in customer master, like nearest fire station. Gap analysis done in blueprint stage. So whatever gap, so in the interview they will ask, like gap analysis in which phase. So you need to answer fatapat, stating that this can be fulfilled in second BBP stage of ASA methodology. Okay, second phase, gap will be covered. Okay, like this. The difference between agreed work and completed work is gap analysis. Example: to fill the gap, we use the enhancement. This like just now I've given the example, right? The vendor vehicle number is not there, but you are bringing the vendor vehicle number in the vendor master. That is called enhancement. So this is also a gap, right? So you are filling this gap. This enhancement divided into exit, like user exit, field exit, screen exit, and menu exit. This enhancement are used to update the standard program in its respective business transaction. Like business transaction is there, XK02, SK01 to create a vendor, but in a in that vendor master, vendor vehicle number is not there. That is also one of the gap, right? So we are fulfilling that gap. That is called gap analysis. I'm just giving one example. Use as a gateway to meet the client requirement. Okay. And now coming to third phase, that is called realization phase. So in SI methodology is nothing but implementation project. in implementation project, every company, as I told you, they follow different methodology. Agile methodology, SR methodology. And most of the companies they are still following SR methodology. Like almost 40 to 50% or 60% of the company they're following SR. That's why I'm giving just a glance. If you know this, then Agile methodology, everything will be same only. There's somewhat difference. Okay, but we need to understand this all where the gap is covered. Okay, in second phase or third phase of implementation project, they will ask like that in interview. Okay, now coming to realization phase. The next phase, realization, which is to implement all the business process requirement based on the blueprint, the configuration of SAP. Then we are doing the configuration, right? Let's say as a MM consultant, we are configuring the plant, right? In enterprise structure, right? We are configuring different plants and different storage locations and purchasing organization, purchasing group. This all, is there. In this level, the project team should have activities as follows: unit testing, integration testing. Like once we, as a MM consultant, once we create the plant and storage location, we do the testing, right? So where the testing will go in, as I told you, we need to understand the system landscape. So as I told you, what are the system landscape? There are three system landscape, right? What is that? Anyone, any idea?
R3 systems.
Yeah, three system is there. What is that? Development. Yeah, you can mute yourself. Development server, quality server, and production server. So whatever you are doing, let me show you that also, right? Let's say here you have implemented enterprise structure, right? Already we have implemented enterprise structure. Let's say this is my, but in demo version we are treating this as we are treating this SAP system as our development server, quality server, and production server. But though we have only one server, right? What is that one server? That is only client 800. Right, and when you start working, you have the system development system, quality system separately, and production system, which is go live, where all the users, they start creating the material master, they start creating the vendor, creating the PO, GRIR, that is in production server, which is go live with error free, no error will be there, right? Because we have done the testing and and if everything is perfect, then only we are moving the TR, transport request, right? So we should know this all. So here, let's say this is the development server. How you need to transfer the TR in this phase, realization phase. What we are doing, we are doing the unit testing, integration testing. What is this integration testing? Anyone, any idea? Integration. So here, you have testing job also in SAP. You have testing, SAP tester. So as a SAP tester, you should know SIT, system integration testing, SIT. You should know unit testing, okay, UAT, user acceptance test. You should know integration test. What is this all? This all terminology we should know, because in future maybe we'll get a as a SAP MM tester job, tester position. That is also okay. You have a good salary there also. It's not like a end user job. It is also kind of until unless you have all the knowledge, you cannot do the testing also, right? So we should know this. In realization phase, we do the unit testing, integration testing. Integration test means whenever MM consultant is interacting with other model consultant, that is called integration test. So we have seen in AAA, right? We already covered the topic automatic account determination. As I told you, AAA needs MM as well as FICO. Why? Because the FICO consultant they create the OBYC setting, right? OBYC we have seen all the GL accounts, right? VSA debited, WR is created. So we don't know what kind of GL account the FICO consultant has created. So valuation class we know as MM consultant we create the valuation class in material master, right? We already created liquids and chemical, right? Yusuf? So in that case, we need to assign that valuation class to a different GL account. So we are interacting with the FICO, that is called integration test. I'm just giving an example. It may be you are integrating with SD also. Like SD consultant, they create the sales order, right? They create a sales organization. So we don't know as MM consultant, we don't know what kind of sales organization they have created SD. I'm just giving an example. So we need to interact with the SD people and say that I need this sales organization which you have created. Shipping data, shipping points, division, distribution channel. The SD people will will implement. So when you are interacting with other model consultants, understand this terminology, okay? Unit test. We get the UAT confirmation from the end user stating that I have created the PO based upon the enterprise structure. It is working fine. You also test from your end and let us know so that we can transfer the TR from quality to production server. Okay, that is called unit testing, UAT. Okay, say first we need to develop that already development is there, has done enterprise structure. Let me show you. So you need to transfer the TR, that is important. So to transfer the TR, T code SE09 or SE10. Okay, let's say you are in development server. Okay, transport organization. This is a development server. So all functional consultants will use customizing request, and ABAPer they use verb-based request. You should understand this. So ours is not verb-based request because we are not ABAPer, we are not a customizing. We are the customizing consultant. Either it is MM, FICO, SP, QM, okay, WM, warehouse management, HCM, capital management, okay, EHS, environmental health and safety, EHS consultant. All they're called, what they call? They called as functional consultant. The functional consultant will use the customizing request only, and the ABAPer they use the work-based request. We should know this, okay? So click this and display. It will be in modifiable phase. Then it will get released. We have done this, right? Currency change. ISD. Okay. The this is the T. So enterprise structure also. This is the. Let me open this. Okay. Customers in task is there. So this is the parent request. This is the child request. I'm just giving example. So what you do, just you click this. As of now, nothing is there. Enterprise structure. I think that has gone. Already someone has released. So to release the child, okay, select, and this is the icon, release directly. Okay, then you select the parent request. Again, after that, select this and then click this. First a child request, then parent request. Let's say, for example, enterprise structure. We have in enterprise structure we have given something, right? That number will be automatically. So let's say enterprise structure is there. So first what you will do in SE10, you need to release the TR. First to child request, then parent request. You click this and again select this, click this. Then this TR will be released. And again that released TR, let's say this is now quality server. Development you have done. See one thing in development server, you need to keep this in development only, development mode only. In development server, don't ever create the PO, GRIR, otherwise it will become kachara, right? You only keep the development server for TR only, transport request, ECCK, whatever number is there. You keep that only for that purpose only. Even though you have the option to create the material, you can test there itself, but don't do it because already we have the quality, right? Quality server. You do that. Whatever is there, you do the testing there in quality server instead of doing the testing in development server. Understand? So Now, after releasing the TR, let's say this is the quality server. Okay. In this quality server, you need to get that release TR. Here, you means this will be taken care by uh, this basis consultant. But the basis consultant will say that did you release the TR in development server? So MM consultant or FICO MM SD, they will say yes, I released the TR with SE09 or SE10. Then only the basis consultant can see that release TR. So the basis consultant will use STMS underscore import. That is their transaction. I have this knowledge because 10 years of experience I have. So I interacted with model consultant in my life. So with them, I understand this all. STMS underscore import. So let's say this is the quality server, and this T code is not given to MM. This T code is only given to this basis consultant. They have this T code. So they go here. I'm just giving a glance, because I work in real-time project. I know this. So that's the knowledge I'm giving you. Import queue. So the basis, once we release the TR in development server, okay, which server we are releasing the TR? Development server. Whether it is infrastructure and whether it is some other, like what else we do. AAA, we have done the configuration, right? Whatever SPRO activity is there, we get some ECCK, that number, right? To release from development server. Then only the basis consultant will receive that TR in quality server. They will go here, and what they do, they search. Anyhow, we are giving them the TR number also, transport request. So they will search here. I'm just giving how they will bring that TR to quality. Then only our testing work will start in quality server. Understand? Then only we are eligible for testing in quality server. Understand, Rupesh and all? So they go, the basis consultant will go here. They will, whatever TR number we have given, either in the mail or we have submitted via phone, whatever it is, they go here, they give that TR number. I'm just telling you, and they select that TR number here, okay, and they will release this. See here, this is half release, this is all full release. Import request. They will import this request. Then they will say, okay, the TR is moved to quality. Now you can do the testing. Now let's say we are doing the testing in quality server. Like we create the material already in infrastructure, as I told you, testing scenario, right? Let's say this is the quality server. We are testing now. We are creating the material based upon our plant, WCP1, WCS1, and it is passing, without error free. If error is coming, then you need to resolve all that headache, whatever errors you are getting in quality server, you need to resolve it. And you need to create the purchase order, GR, IR, all run the full cycle, purchasing cycle, okay. So that is covered here. Unit testing, integration testing. If any integration is there with other module consultant, then everything covered in realization phase. So price development, now WR, I, CEF. W only is included. Workflow. RIC is there. So WRIC. So this, research development, data cleaning, preparation, collection, validation, and testing, training the trainer, okay, such as process owner and super users. We are giving the training. Like one example I've given, like power user, we are giving the basis consultant will provide the MMPVT code, and every month, if they are stuck in GR, then we are training them. Let's go to MMPV and give the company code and the date, starting date, that all covered in realization. The project should develop end user training. So end user training will also come in realization phase. Like as MM consultant, we are training the end users, purchasing department people, how to create the material, how to create the vendor, how to create the PO, how to create the GR, how to create the invoice, whatever. Like how to create the RFQ, request for quotation, how to create a quotation, okay, price comparison, comparative statement, all be covered in purchasing transaction, right? One topic already be covered, right? And how to create the contract, scheduling agreement, how to create the value contract, quantity contract, and what else? RFQ, request for quotation, all these things, we are training the end users in this realization phase in accordance with the end user training strategy. The core team should work with process teams to segment work process into roles, develop jobs, and determine key behaviors prerequisite to sustain performance as well. The job role development should work with process teams and security to develop job role profiles, identifying role-based training, responsibilities, and job impact table. The project team will form a job matching teams to assess end user skills, okay, and match employees to redesign jobs and validate job role profile. The key deliverables in this stage is final user acceptance. Okay. Then coming to fourth phase, final preparation. So in the fourth phase, final preparation, it will complete the final preparation, which include testing, end user testing, system management, and cutover activity. So cutover activity, we should understand what is this cutover activity. Okay. So cutover activities, like the cutover activities means we are whatever data already available in non-SAP, that data we are moving to SAP. So it's called cutover activities. To finalize the readiness to go live. In addition, this step will resolve all critical open issues. On successful completion in the live SAP system, the main activities in this level will be final system rehearsal, which is to implement and monitor site-specific communication plan, modify plan based in interim feedback. The core team will communicate job roles profile to end users. Okay, so who will do what job to the end users? Okay, end users means you are working in a company, the employee of a company. Harley Davidson, the people who are working in that Harley Davidson, they are called end users. At the same time, the core team will roll out training and will coincide with transition phasing to minimize the delay between receipts of training and actual use of the new functionality. Additionally, in this level, the project team will cover and set up help desk support preparation. Help desk. This all will be covered in final preparation. And now coming to go live. This is the fifth phase. Go live and support. In this last part, go live and support, this is purely production server. Project team should move from a project preparation pre-production environment to live production and operation. The main activities in this level will be conduct site specific implementation OCM activity. The project team will integrate new organization chart and job profile information performance management system. In addition, the help desk will support end user. The support issue of after implementation is to review system process and continuous improvement, which means the core team will design high-level structure, job hierarchy, role responsibilities, and performance metric for post-implementation support personnel. So this is go live and support. This is what it is. SI methodology. So anyone, any doubt? So as a consultant, like as is and to be, in which phase they will ask. So as I told you, it is in second phase, right? Business blueprint. In project preparation, what we are doing. So we should understand this all. So basically, 5 steps are there in implementation project. So SI methodology, most of the company are following. If they ask which methodology implementation project you work, you can say SI methodology. Like they say, what are the phases? You just tell them. Project preparation, business blueprint, realization, final preparation, and go live. Okay, that's it. Anyone, any doubt? Yes?
So what is the difference between unit testing and integration testing, sir?
Yeah. The difference between unit testing and integration testing is like, okay, you can mute yourself. You can
Okay,
mute
sir.
yourself. Yeah. The difference between unit testing and integration testing, I'll tell you. Like in a unit testing, it's a UAT. Let's say, for example, enterprise structure we have already created. Okay. and we are creating the PO. We are creating first to create the PO. What we are doing first, we create the material, right? And you select your plant which you have created in your enterprise structure, like WCP1, WCF1, right? And you create the vendor.
Yes, sir.
For vendor, you are selecting the purchase organization, right? And in PO, you are creating to create the PO. What are the mandatory fields you need to select? You need to select the vendor, purchase org, right? Material and net price and quantity and plant and storage location. That all you are giving, right? That is, and again you are creating the GR, IR. That is unit testing. Unit testing is only one module consultant is doing.
Okay, then it is
Unit
completely end
testing.
user job.
No,
P2P,
no.
they will
It
work,
is
right?
end
Invoices and
user. Yeah, end user means we are
huh.
training end users. Like
Yes.
like enterprise structure we have created, and to
Hmm.
make ourselves what to say to understand that we have done correct or wrong. How we will understand?
Hmm.
First, we need to do the
You
testing
need
right
to,
from our end.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
we are doing the test in quality server, and we are saying that
Hmm.
the end user also, we are saying the purchasing department, some end user is there. Already we have given the T code to the end users, whatever he is doing that activity, like the basis consultant
My
has
room, my room.
provided based upon
Hmm.
our based upon our consulting. Okay, like okay, you can mute yourself.
Okay.
You can mute yourself.
Okay, sir.
Lot of disturbance is there. So, so what we do is the purchasing department person who is working in purchasing department, even they have the access to create the material PO, right? GRIR. So we say that in quality server, I have tested from my end. You also test from your end. So even the end user, they have the access in quality server, which is provided by basis consultant again. So they go to quality server, they enter, they will give the user ID and password, they will enter into the system, and they will also create some material, they will also create some plant, or else whatever we have created already, which is there in quality server, they will test that only. They will say, okay, this is fine. But usually what will happen, they will also test from their end, and they say, yeah, now this UAT is okay. That is called user acceptance test. Whereas integration test is something we are interacting with other module consultant. Let's say, for example, in some very rare case, let's say, yeah, let's say, for example, we have created the PO. In some PO, shipping data is there. Shipping data, shipping tab is there. So that shipping implementation in real time, who will do shipping data division distribution channel, as I told you, SD consultant will do, right? So we don't know the exact shipping data, which shipping uh, data we need to select, which division distribution channel we need to select. So at the time of creating the PO in shipping data, what information I need to put? Let's say, for example, it's very good, I will tell you. Let's say, for example, ME 23 and already PO is created. I'm just giving you the glance, integration test. It will interact either with other module consultant, not only SD, maybe account assignment. Let's say, chalo, this account assignment, I'm going here. Which GL account to be taken, we don't know, right? Who will create the general ledger account, Rupesh? FICO, right? Who will implement?
FICO consultant will do, sir.
FICO, yeah. And controlling area, who will
Hmm.
create? This is also created by FICO. So at the
Yes,
time,
cards.
yeah, yeah. So in quality server, we are creating some PO, and here in account assignment, we don't know which kind of GL account we need to take. So we will call the FICO guy. We will say, boss, I am creating this PO, and this is my material, okay, gas, and I've taken account assignment category as one third party, but I don't know what GL account I need to take because I'm getting error. From my end, I'm taking something GL account. There's so many GL account. I'm taking something, vice versa, but it is showing the error. So the FICO consultant will say, okay, don't take that GL account. You use this GL account. So I am integrating with the FICO. I am getting some data, and that data I am putting in my PO. That is called integration. MM and FICO. If something, if something like shipping data tab will also be there. That is SD part. So in that shipping data tab, if something related to SD we don't know, we are not aware what kind of data we need to put. So we will interact with SD. That is called integration model. Understood? Rupesh, clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. We are integration with other
M,
modules, FI to M. Sorry, FI to
yeah, FI
SD.
to MM or FI to SD or FI to PP, whatever. That is called integration.
Other
Yes.
modules. Hmm.
Order model. That is
Okay,
called
sir.
integration. Understand? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anyone? Any other? Anyone having any doubt? Okay then. If nothing is there, so it's okay. I'm closing the topic, and tomorrow we'll start a new topic. Okay. Sure.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Sure. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.